Okay, let's unpack this. We're really seeing the end, aren't we, of that old broadcast era. Mass messages, everyone gets the same thing. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something else entirely. These hyper-niche micro-communities. And our mission really is to figure out why chasing that huge brand reach just feels, well, broken. And why authenticity seems to be the only thing that matters now.
Exactly. And we have to start with the why, right? This whole shift, it's not just about new apps or platforms. It's really being driven by what some call a global trust deficit.
Trust deficit.
Yeah, people are just skeptical, massively so. They want a dialogue, not just, brands shouting at them.
That really jumped out at me from the sources. I mean, if trust in mass media is cratering, what was it, only like 28% in the U.S. expressing high trust?
Yeah.
Who do people trust when they're actually deciding what to buy?
It's simple, really.
Right.
They trust people like them. Peers, family, friends. That is the micro community. They want input from, someone relatable, not some polished corporate speech or even a big-name journalist anymore. When people are actively looking outside the usual channels, the signal you need to catch is small. It's intimate.
And this dynamic, this trust thing, must be super critical in markets that are digitizing really fast. Why is Bangladesh specifically such a key example here, like a digital tipping point?
Oh, it's the speed. The speed of adoption is just incredible. We're talking about a market that is completely mobile first, no question.
Mobile first, how?
Well, think about this. 188.6 million mobile connections. That number is actually bigger than the entire population.
Wow. Okay, so everyone's connected basically on their phone.
Instantly and locally, and then you add the demographics.
Right, it's a very young population too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Median age around 27?
Exactly. So platforms built on peer recommendations, like TikTok, which has, over 37 million adult users there, they become incredibly influential. And these micro-communities, they're also vital for navigating the complexities within the market, like the urban-rural gap. It's pretty stark.
How so?
Well, you've got over 2/3, maybe 68% of urban folks with internet access. But in rural areas, it's less than 38%.
Big difference.
Huge. So the most reliable way to bridge that, to build trust that scales, it's through those local, trusted micro-influencers.
Okay, so if mass reach is just noise,
Right.
as you say, where's the actual value? Where's the ROI?
It's definitely in the niche. The numbers are pretty clear. Micro-influencers, right? The ones with maybe 10K to 100K followers.
Yeah.
They average about a 3.86% engagement rate on Instagram. Compare that to the big macro-influencers, over 100K followers, who only get around 1.21%.
That's more than 3 times higher engagement.
Exactly. And you're often paying less for that deeper connection. Plus, they tend to drive about 20% higher conversion rates, too. Better results, less cost.
And it's not just for marketing push, is it? It flips product development, too. I was thinking about that Lego Ideas example.
Oh, yeah. Lego Ideas is brilliant.
They let the fans submit designs.
Right.
And then the community votes. Needs 10,000 votes before Lego even considers making it.
It's basically community-validated R&D. Takes a huge amount of risk off the table. The market's already proven before they invest.
And connecting that back to the region, that Indian brand, Mama Earth, that was fascinating.
Right. $1 billion unicorn status in, less than 5 years?
Incredible speed.
And they did it by totally ignoring the usual celebrity endorsement route. They went all in on momfluencers, building trust within those specific micro-communities. Pure authenticity play.
It's a really compelling model. So, okay, for a brand listening, or even just for you listening right now, how do you actually do this? The sources talked about an ACTION blueprint.
Yeah, the ACTION framework. And the core idea is a total shutting what you measure. It's fundamental.
How so? What changes?
Well, you stop obsessing over vanity metrics like just reach. How many eyeballs saw it? Instead, you measure affinity. How deep is the connection?
Affinity.
And you stop tracking just impressions and start focusing on actionable outcomes. Did someone actually do something? Like using a unique discount code or submitting an idea or joining an event. Depth over breadth, always.
But there's a big catch, isn't there? The risk of getting it wrong, this cost of faux authenticity. You can't just pretend.
Oh, absolutely not. Communities sniff that out immediately. They live on dialogue, right? Not brand domination.
Yeah.
And the warning from the research is pretty stark. If a brand's own promotion starts creeping up, like exceeding maybe 10% of all the content,
What happens?
engagement just tanks, typically drops by over half, sometimes within a single quarter. You kill the community you're trying to engage with. You have to be a participant, a facilitator, not just a salesperson.
So, thinking about this whole massive shift, what does it mean for someone's career, for you listening today?
The big takeaway, the synthesis, is really the signal is small. That deep, high engagement you see in these niche micro-communities, that's your new leading indicator for success. And authenticity, it's just table stakes now, non-negotiable.
Which means, ultimately, you need different skills, right? The sources point to things like community management, knowing how to actually facilitate that dialogue, and data storytelling, but using these new affinity metrics.
Exactly. And they suggest a really practical way to prove you get it, especially if you're starting out.
What's that?
Build your own micro-community. Seriously. Pick a niche you genuinely care about, start a small group, a forum, whatever, and actually use those ACTION principles. Focus on affinity, drive actionable outcomes.
So you create your own case study, essentially.
Precisely. It's a portfolio piece that shows you don't just talk about it, you understand how to build real value in this, well, post-broadcast world. It proves you get the future of branding.